All right, good afternoon. My name is Brian Fogel. I'm the Assistant Director of Oldham County Planning and Development Services. This is the regular meeting of the Technical Review Committee. The purpose of this meeting is to review proposed subdivision, zoning map amendments, and development plans before they are submitted to the Planning Commission. This gives the local agencies and utility companies the opportunity to review the plans in advance and as well allow adjoining property owners the opportunity to ask technical questions of the applicant or agencies. Well, we only have one item on the agenda this afternoon, so I'll go ahead and ask the applicant or the applicant's representative to come on up, and we'll get things started here.
Thank you. Mike Hill, Land Design and Development, 503 Washburn Avenue, Louisville, 40222. This is a proposed office building by Mr. Dan Perkins, who's here also. It's a one-story building proposed for professional and medical office uses. The location is shown on the aerial here at the corner of Claymont Village Drive and Claymont Crossing in the Claymont Springs development. It's right behind the Burger King and the Christian Brothers off of 329 Bypass. I will switch over to our development plan. It's a little easier to speak from. So this is our development plan. It's a proposed one-story office building, 9,500 square feet approximately. It'll have the building will be oriented with the fronts of the businesses internally to the parking lot to the center of the site, kind of facing the bypass area. Access to the main parking lot right here off of Claymont Crossing Drive is what's proposed. That requires a binding element amendment at the Planning Commission. So we will be going there for a future meeting to discuss that. Around the rear, there's a side/rear parking lot that will kind of serve as kind of a secondary access actually for Mr. Perkins' business. They're looking to relocate their office in this building. The site's topographically got some constraints. The rear along Claymont Village Drive sits significantly higher than the area fronting Claymont Crossing. Actually, the elevation of our parking lot in this area will be about 12 feet lower than the elevation of Claymont Crossing Drive, the street level. So the building will be kind of dug into the ground. The rear of the building will sit, approximately 12 feet of that facade will sit below ground or partially invisible from the rear. So we'll have pictures and elevations of that as we get to the Planning Commission. We'll also be at the Board of Adjustments tomorrow for our variance request for setback. Parking, we have 42 spaces, meets the range proposed for these land uses. Stormwater's depicted in a series of catch basins and piping to capture it and lead it out in the direction that stormwater currently exits the property today. Other utilities are readily available. So that's pretty much the summary of the project. Happy to hear your all's concerns as we can continue to fine-tune our plan.
All right, thank you, Mike. I will start with Planning Development Services, and we'll give you copies of any of our written comments here. It's real straightforward. We just need a site plan, landscaping, and lighting plan that will need to be submitted as part of the Planning Commission's review process when you guys submit the site plan review application. Again, real straightforward. With that, I will turn it over to County Engineer over here to my left.
My name is Derek Shade. I'm not the county engineer. I'm the staff engineer. So I just want to make sure that I'm not claiming that. So I'm representing the engineering department today. I'm just going to read through the letter, and then after I'm finished, I have the letter and markup of the plan for you to have. On the plan, we couldn't determine if the land disturbance area is going to be equal to or greater than 1 acre, so a lot of our comments are going to be gauged off of that criteria. So if the land disturbing area is going to be equal to or greater than 1 acre, you'll have to obtain a KYR 10 permit from the Division of Water and a stormwater quality management erosion control permit from the county. If it's less than that, you won't need the permits, but construction plans still have to be reviewed and approved by Oldham County Engineering. In accordance with the subdivision regulations, sidewalks shall be provided along city streets. The sidewalk shall connect to the one approved as part of the Perkins Claymont Storage Project, which is right next door to that side, and extend down to the property line adjacent to Burger King. The sidewalk and ramp shall be ADA compliant. The applicant will be required to provide an analysis that substantiates the storm sewer system can accommodate the proposed stormwater flow from the developed site in accordance with our post-construction stormwater ordinance. It appears stormwater detention is being provided by a regional detention basin, part of Claymont Springs subdivision plan. But if this site creates land disturbance equal to or greater than 1 acre, water quality treatment will be required, and you'll have to submit those treatment calculations to us for review. Please make sure the internal pavement geometry can accommodate potential vehicles using the parking lot area. Curbs are required for the paved traffic areas. We couldn't determine based on the plan we were provided if curbing was being included in all areas, so please make sure you specify that. We're recommending that both ingress and egress entrances comply with KYTC's standard commercial entrance detail, which includes radii, culverts, which I don't think should be needed in this case, keyway and things like that. The upper parking area appears to require a retaining wall and fall protection, so please make sure you provide those details as part of the construction plans.
Okay.
And based on the square footage of this development, it did not appear that a traffic assessment or traffic impact study would be required per our subdivision regulations. So those won't be required.
Okay.
So unless you have any questions for me based on those comments.
No, I think we'll be less than an acre disturbed once we do the calculation. The site's 1.1, so I think we probably would end up coming in
That's what we assumed.
pretty close to under. But yeah, we'll assess that as we move along there.
Great.
And then sidewalks. Okay, we'll look at sidewalks.
Matt Toll, our GIS and addressing, I don't have any comments.
Okay.
All right, and we're to you, Chief.
Bill Blakely, Fire Chief, South Oldham Fire, and we have nothing at this time for you. No questions.
Okay. You might
All
be
right.
right, Brian. This might be the shortest meeting ever.
Ordinarily, we open this up to public comment, but we don't have anyone in the audience other than the applicant and yourself. If you guys have any final things you want to say, go ahead.
Anything you want to add up here?
So we were facing the bypass because I'm Dan Perkins, Mason Construction Development. So we're facing the bypass to just trying to get that view of the 329 bypass. It's easier to lease the building, so forth. We've talked to a dentist, a chiropractor. I'm going to put my Mason Construction office in there, and there'll be a couple other spaces. Talk to insurance guy, so uses like that. The lot when the previous developer sold the lots to Burger King and the auto fix-it mechanic, what they did was they moved the property line back, and it shortened the lot. And with all the setbacks on the lot, you couldn't even hardly get a building in. So that's why we're moving the building back as far as we can, and that's why we're asking for the variance. So,
All right. Very good. Just in case there is someone that might be watching this, if you did receive notice of today's hearing with the Technical Review Committee, if an application is filed for the Planning Commission, you will also receive the same notice alerting you to the fact that there would be a Planning Commission meeting in regards to this request. I believe that this meeting is adjourned. Thank you.